Talk about some motivation, let's talk about some meditation, let's talk about some inspiration. If it's not one of the three, I don't want it. Getting our mentality into the place of focus, into the ability, utilizing what we have within, overcoming challenge, with being ourselves, with being who we truly are on a daily basis. A lot of the challenges that we face off against, they come from within. They come from the ability to find ourselves, to find that part of who we are on the inside, and to focus on that ability. Each day I try to take the time, set it aside to read the 10 Scrolls of Success, and to give myself a little bit of time before I start my day to prepare. One of the things that I start to ask every single day is, am I taking notes? Am I putting the things in front of myself that are going to bring me closer to my dreams and to my goals? And when we start doing that, what does it take? What does that process look like? How does what I'm doing today affect my ability for how I allow the things that I go through to happen? And so each day that I sit down in front of the camera, that I sit down here and I put out a video, and that I inspire you, reminds me that I'm human as well too. And so as I sit here and I focus into the process of being who I am inside, I find that what happens within ends up reflecting outwards. And so understanding what motivation is, what meditation is, and what inspiration is the reason why I do this on a daily. It's a reason why I spend the time, that I wake up earlier, that I get my day going before others, that I put the time aside that other people wouldn't put. I give the time to the challenges at hand, the internal, the external challenges, and to spend the time to sit down and to write down your goals, to sit down and write down your dreams, your manifestation, and to get to a place where the inwards journey happens, where the inwards journey is going on, where what you have within becomes a path. It becomes the process of being yourself, of using your abilities and using your mentality. And so when we're focusing on our inward path and we're focusing on our inwards journey, things are not always going to be perfect. Things are not always going to happen in the place and in the time that you're seeking for them to happen. They're going to happen when you're focused on things that are in front of you, that are asking you, how much do you want it? How much do you want to be that person within? How much do you want to overcome the challenges that you have in front of yourself? And a lot of the times what happens is the failure to focus towards the things that we want to achieve happens. And when we allow ourselves to prepare before we start, to actually put the time in on a daily basis to find that space within ourselves, we open ourselves up for something great. We open ourselves up for a place of understanding. And so when you focus to the point where you become a motivation, when you're going through challenges and you're uplifting other people, it's not what's done in the light that most shows your character. It's what's done in the darkness. It's what's done that the people can't see. It's what's done when you are asked, what are you made of? You know, and you show back up with daily logs of what you're doing on a daily basis. It's when you are putting in the time and the effort to get to know yourself, to get to be who you are within, to be who you are and understand you. See, a lot of times when we allow things from the outside to affect us, it has more to do with what's going on around us than what's going on inside. Because when what's going on inside becomes first, the things on the outside become a reflection. And so as we focus to that place where we're using our gifts, where we're using our talents, where we are using our abilities, we have to look within ourselves and we have to ask ourselves, are we allowing ourselves to put ourselves in those kind of places, to be around those type of people that are not allowing us to grow, that are not allowing us to manifest, you know? And when we put the preparation in place, when we put the process of focus in place, where what comes from within is oneself, what comes from within is one's ability, one's mentality. You have to understand yourself first to overcome your challenges. You have to spend the time on the inwards journey to make it across the river. Without going inwards, there's no way of overcoming challenge. And so when we focus on what we'll allow it to be in our life, when we'll focus what we'll allow to be with us, to be in our presence, we must focus on what's positive. And so within one's journey, we seek peace, we seek purpose, we seek this path and this place within. And so once you start to spend that kind of time, that kind of energy on yourself, where you start to see the things that are positive in your life, you start to see the things that are able to help you to be yourself, to open up to being who you are within. You start to ask yourself the questions. Is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? And so the second part of this speech is about looking at what you think about, looking at what you think and how you react. When you're focused and your knowledge is in place, where your energy has a purpose, where it has a part of this path and this journey, you will overcome challenge and you will find a part of yourself. You see, it's important to seek you. It's important that what is inside of you becomes a reflection on the outside. The knowledge that you gain from your life path finds its way into every part of your life. It might not just be today, it might not be this week, but what you seek out after is ultimately seeking out after you. And it's seeking out after you in ways you might not even realize. And last, getting disciplined to the point where you don't allow yourself into that form of environment, where you don't allow yourself into a place where you feel that others will affect your vibration, you know, getting disciplined to the point where you are asking the question, is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? You know, I look within and I see the answers. I see the part of myself that is who I am within, and the place and the things that I have put in front of myself. And when we look within ourselves and we become selfless and we become disciplined at being ourselves, we find amazing things opening up in our lives. And so focusing on that inwards journey becomes a reflection outwards, allowing the things in our vibration, into our process, into our ability that are going to bring us up and that are going to bring us closer to who we are. This is an inspiration. I just want you all to ask yourselves that question like I do every day. Is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? I just want you all to have an inspired day.